Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillah. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Brother Yahya recently went on a humanitarian project to Albania, and I'm going to ask him to expand inshallah about his journey. So regarding the project, like what is the aim of the project? What's the purpose of this project?
One of the days, I think the third day, we went to a few different houses. Actually, we were going to see the madrasa first, and it was in a village. It was quite high up a mountain. It took us 1 hour to get up in the mountain. Yeah, 1 hour in a 4x4. And subhanallah, right? We went up that mountain and we got to the top. We went to the maktab system with the students. We met some of the youngsters and the imam, and amazing. It was absolutely amazing. And then the imam said to us, there's two orphans, and they have the worst condition. They're living in the worst condition, the worst house, the most poorest family in that village. He wanted us to just look at the house simply to take pictures, so we can give them back to the organization so they can deal with it. So we got back in the car, we drove on a bit, and then we got to the house. It was about a 10-minute walk. We got there, and I was expecting in my mind, I was ready, it's gonna be bad, no doubt. And subhanallah, we got to the door. The two people that came in were two of my teachers, and there was one driver who was a builder in Albania. There was me, there was two of my teachers, and there was a translator who's from Albania as well. And them brothers walked in first, and I walked in. Just before I got in, there was an orphan and a mother, right? And picture this, imagine you're at home and you're waiting around for a bunch of strangers to come to your house to give you food, to look at your situation, to look at the hardships you're in. I mean, imagine how low you're gonna feel. We walked in, the mother had a scarf on. The youngsters, they didn't look like they were ragged up or dirty clothes or anything. They had a lot of honor in the way they dressed. And the first thing I looked at the mother, and subhanallah, straight away you could just, by looking at her face, you just knew that she was going through the hardest time. Because it's not like England here where you have the government helping you. They have nothing. They have no father. You've got nothing. I mean, Allah knows how they eat every day. They have literally nothing. So I looked around the house, and the house was one room, yeah, the one room. There was a bed, there was a sofa, there was a wardrobe, and there was a hole. And that hole was basically where they burned the wood. And then there was a mat on the floor, and the floor was wood. And the builder basically, he was looking at the walls. He just touched the wall, touched one of the walls, and the bricks were crumbling down. And we stepped back thinking, wow, what's this? And then I was just looking at this house, completely gobsmacked. I couldn't believe what I'm witnessing in my own eyes. I mean, this is Muslims living in conditions like this when I know I'm going back home chilling. I mean, my house is perfect. Yeah. I saw this, and obviously I stepped out straight away. It's hard to take in. I mean, it's easy to imagine it, but when you're there, no matter how hard your heart is, you cannot comprehend what was going on. I stepped out, and then about 5 minutes later I came back in, and subhanallah, this house, I saw a door, so I thought, let me go to that door, see what's going on. I walked near that door to open that door, thinking I'll go upstairs. Yeah, I opened that door, he let me straight back outside. So I was confused. Is it one room? That's it. And then there was like a bit of a shelter thing on the side. Here there were loads of potatoes on the floor. And we asked the translator to ask him why potatoes. They store the potatoes for winter so they can eat. They eat potatoes in the winter. This is it. They have potatoes on the floor, and this is their food for winter. The roof wasn't even complete, yeah? The roof had holes in it. And then the imam, one of my teachers, he gave some money the money that people donated to give some to the family. The mother felt so humiliated and so embarrassed that she had to take money from us, even though she didn't want to take it, but she knew she had no choice. Because for the safety and for her kids, she had no choice. So she took it with tears coming out of her eyes. Yeah? She was crying so much, right, that I couldn't believe what I was witnessing. Because you've got to understand this properly, you've got to step in their shoes, and you've got to understand that. Imagine your mother and you and your sister or your brother stood there waiting for strangers to give you money, and you're going to survive on that. I mean, Islam, we're Muslims. and we have to look after everyone, but we're not doing this, are we? This family shouldn't be in that condition. Considering how we live, we spend so much. What we spend in one day, they don't spend in a month. They're living in conditions where it sounds so bad, but no, animals are not fit to live in that condition. It was so bad, that condition. I didn't want to sit down because there was nowhere clean to sit. And then the Imam goes to them, don't be fooled. They might be dressed nice, but they wear the same clothes for months. All they do is because they have so much honor and so much pride, they'll wash their clothes every day. They've got no father, yeah? No one to bring in the food every day. And considering the fact that this family was practicing, what does that mean? It simply means that this family every night they're making dua. And alhamdulillah, Allah took me and a group of people all the way from England to go to this house. We're the first people to see this house. Allah answered their prayers by taking me and the Imams to go to see this house, to see their condition, to change it. Because Allah didn't take me as a visit, as a holiday. He took me to change it. Imagine on Yawm al-Qiyamah, we stood in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and these people, right, they said to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you Yusuf, you Abu Bakr, Abdul Rahman, you Umar, you brothers are the ones, these brothers are the ones that changed my living condition. They lifted the burden off my shoulders, not because there can't be any other agendas. How can they be? Because we don't know this family, you probably might not even see him again. But simply because we have Iman, we want to change their condition. Because how can we sleep so comfortably at night knowing that this family are sleeping in what? When it snows, right, because they're on the peak of a mountain, when it snows waist high. This family barely had shoes. Yeah? And how was £13,000? This is what I want to do this project. We walked out of the house, and then the Imam said to Maulana, give a few words of Naseeha, a few words of hope. The Maulana started speaking. I think he started talking about sabr, patience. He got to the word sabr, he broke down in tears. He broke down in complete tears. You think, how can we tell these people to have patience when I'm going home to a complete perfect house, and when these have to step back into this house that barely has a roof, knowing that, we're living luxury, we're in Jannah, bro. These are going through hardships that we can't even imagine. And then every single person stood there with crying. And you know what really struck me was the fact that one of the brothers, the driver, the builder, he was sobbing, he was completely weeping. Imagine 5 guys weeping in front of a family, yeah? Completely, you couldn't even picture the fact how these people, they were just gone, completely broke down. And one of the brothers is Albanian, he works in this condition all the time. Because the family would practice, and this is why it hurt him so much, that they're practicing and we can't even look after our own people. And then the translator couldn't translate because he was crying so much. So this is why I want to do this project, because we need to change the condition one house at a time, one family at a time. We can't carry on every day, living our normal day-to-day thing and forgetting everyone. Because this is not what Islam teaches me. This is not what Islam teaches you. Because Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is my role model, he's your role model. So we've got to live up to what he did. He strive to serve humanity, man. And this is where it starts. All we do is we cry about the condition of the Ummah. We never do anything for it. What are we? We have the help of Allah. 4 days, I think I put a few tweets up. A few people have shared a few messages. 1.5 grand. People have donated 1.5 grand. One brother yesterday donated £400 or today. For a family, probably doesn't even know. That's Iman. That's love, innit? That's love for others, right? Love for yourself. Right? So this is why we need to do this project, and this is why people need to donate. Because the wealth Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave you. Today is them lot, tomorrow it could be me. And if I'm not going to help them, why would they help me? You've got to change the conditions, so it starts here today. You just got to open your heart up and give. And if you have true iman, you never fear poverty, because charity doesn't decrease wealth.
ويطعمون الطعام على حبه مسكينا ويتيما وأسيرا إنما نطعمكم لوجه الله لا نريد منكم جزاء ولا شكورا